Johnny Depp wins. All right, this is going to be the talk of the town for the next couple of days, guys. You know it. Johnny Depp wins his case. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. Now, guys, yesterday this big news dropped around 3 p.m. or so, like it was like 3:20ish Eastern time. So we'll talk about some of the verdicts there and Johnny Depp, justice for Johnny. Is that the way you wanted it to go? Let me know in the comments below. We're a live daily movie news show, 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday, where we talk about all the big movie news headlines. And there are my social media handles if you care to follow along. So let's just get right into it, guys. Ooh, this is a big one. This is going to be a big one. Amber Heard ordered to pay $15 million in abuse claims in a defamation trial. Now, we knew that this was going on in Virginia, that they're going through a very ugly divorce. So, Johnny was suing her for $50 million for defamation because of an article that she published in multiple online sources and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to get into that stuff because that stuff really doesn't really pay that much attention to the movie news side of stuff. We will talk about how it does in just a few moments, but yeah, I guess he was awarded $10 million in compensatory damages, $5 million in punitive, which was cut because in Virginia, I guess you have a statutory cap of $350,000. But like, Johnny's not too worried about the money, I would imagine. He's just worried about trying to save face, right? So in a way, he definitely did. The case came out in his favor. So that's good. And everybody's going to be running with that headline, that Johnny Depp wins. And for the people out there that have been cashing in on this, on their websites and on their channels and stuff, they've been raking in lots of views and stuff like that. So I never chose to go down that road because it's not, while it's entertainment news for sure, I'm still more on the movie news side. So we'll talk about this as we sort of go through some of the headlines here. That the first four have to do with like WB stuff and what's going on with the movie industry. So, and as I said, Johnny Depp wins, but it's not as clear cut as some people are saying, that it's like a blowout win. No, the jury found that they both defamed each other. So like the score wasn't like 10-0 Johnny. The score was more like 9-1. Right, so there were some things going back against him, not much and nothing of substance yet, but she's going to appeal this, and then she's got her own case going on. So this is going to be going on for quite a while, guys. This is just like round one. I don't know, this is more like round two, because they already had a case over in the UK that Johnny lost there. And see, but for the most part, in today's, right now, you need to know is that Johnny won, so he's going to be able to, well, get some damages from Amber Heard. But as you can see, not everybody's running with this, that they each defamed each other, the jury rules, right? So what does this mean for Johnny? Well, you'll have to wait and see. I think movie offers will come his way sooner rather than later, I would say. Well, I think he's even got something else offered already. But it seems like his career won't be damaged. It's more like Amber Heard's going to have problems with her career, especially after this. Who's going to want to work with her? We knew that she's going to be in that Aquaman 2. And, well, we saw earlier reports from on this channel that both Jason Momoa and James Wan went to bat for her to bring her on for Aquaman 2, and this is part of the fallout for Amber Heard now. Now, the petition. Come on, guys. As much as we know petitions... Actually, I can't think of a case where a petition worked. Maybe in something small, something local, but nothing of this scale. Yeah, there's like a petition that wanted her to be removed. It's passed like 4.5 million signatures, and it's not going to do anything. Guys, if you really want her removed from the picture, the only way you can really do it is show them at the box office. Don't go see Aquaman 2. That's the only thing you can do to have her removed. As the studio's heads at the time knew that this was happening. They knew that this was going to come down the pipe, and they didn't replace her because Momoa and James Wan, the director, went to bat for her Now they look kind of like, ooh, we vouched for somebody who's doesn't look good, and it's going to be sort of like, well, this is bigger than Ezra Miller, I would say, because it was so televised, and as I said, the defamation trial got lots of views. People cashed in on it. They capitalized on the situation to boost up their channels. But there was even thoughts that perhaps Bruce Campbell could come in as Mera in Aquaman 2, because that's what fans want. They want her recast. I would have, see, as an executive, I would have seen all of this stuff. Knowing that this was going to go to trial, I would have said, no, I don't care, Momoa, you're not in charge here. We're going to recast her. And it would have been done just like that. Juan doesn't want it? Too bad, you already signed your contract. You're going to have to work with this actress. And if they try to back out of their agreements, well, then it just gets messy. But I don't, yeah, it's just, come on, Bruce Campbell as Mera. What did he say? Send me a script. Bruce Campbell's just having fun, because I guess this came online as a meme. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, Amber Heard. The fallout for her is going to be fairly substantial, I would imagine, even if she gets through this. And people will come out on her side always, too, but it'll be hard for her to get work again, especially after Aquaman 2. It's not as if Aquaman 2 is going to open the door for her to get more projects, because it's an ugly situation. You hear the reports. Can you really trust a person like that to be on a big franchise like this? So I suspect that this will be, because Aquaman 2 is already in the can. It's shot. It's not. It's like the Flash movie here that we'll talk about in a few minutes, where it's in the can. We're not going to go back and dump more money into it just to replace this one person. So Amber Heard, the fallout for her, I think, is going to be a long. Well, she's still got to go through the court system, so that'll be a long process for her, and it's not going to be nice days ahead for her. So if you were rooting for Johnny, I think you got some victories there that I think you should keep your head high up about, because he did have to step away from the Pirates movies. They didn't want him back. So Amber Heard, it remains to be seen exactly what's going to happen with her career. As I said, I don't think many people will be wanting to sign up for her. And Aquaman 2, as I said, is not going to open up the doors for her. So what does that mean for The Flash 2? Because we're talking about scandals. The Flash movie update. Do we got something about that? Because Ezra Miller has been arrested multiple times. So the WB, David Zaslav, has got some serious decisions to make. And it's challenged by this new report coming out about Ezra Miller. That what does this mean for The Flash? Well, because it's being reported that it's around $200 million. Yeah, Akshat Kara says in the live chat, she will appeal. And yes, that's something else that a lot of people are not saying in their reports about Johnny Depp, is that the first thing is that she appeals. She's going to appeal. That's even if she lost glaringly. That's just the process. You appeal. And there are reports out there that perhaps public favor, just because of the gloating, I guess, from Johnny Depp's side, that it'll be hard for people to find somebody that's going to perhaps put it together, a jury with the same kind of mix, because it wasn't even though it was the majority of the jury ruled in Johnny's favor, there were no votes that were read during the readings. So who knows how that's going to play out? As I said, it's going to be a long process. Talking back to The Flash movie update. Ezra Miller scandal mounts. What's going to be next for the Flash movie, Warner Bros? Because, well, as I said, Ezra's been arrested himself with multiple times for just public being a twit, more or less. Okay, I guess he's got some substance abuse problems, which is okay. Well, hopefully he'll get that sorted out. But there's this new report coming out. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen too much to him, because the movie's like $200 million. It's a heavy CGI movie that has multiple Barry Allens in it, where he plays multiple roles. So that kind of says, well, we can't really do it. I do have a solution for it, though. Here's what they're saying. The Flash simply costs too much money to scrap the project entirely, and it will likely not generate the revenues needed to turn a profit without playing in theaters. So they're just going to let it play. And unless some barring thing that comes down that is just, let's say he gets arrested again for something even more obscene, which can't happen, because it doesn't sound like they're putting him on a leash of any kind. And it sounds like he is trying to make these things, he's doing these things as a cry for help, but nobody seems to be stepping up to the plate to getting him the help. But we'll have to see how this goes. And this is rather a lengthy article. They go in to talk about some other things, about other cases and stuff like that, in this long article over on Variety. This is one thing about these articles, that you get the impression that they have to write this article and it has to have like 6,000 words in it or something like that for the editor just to say, yeah, that's good. But they bring in stuff like that has no relevance to this, like talking about Armie Hammer and Death on the Nile, about him getting canceled. Like, guys, get to the point here with The Flash. You told me that, okay, it's going to cost too much, but, that makes sense, yes. That because it's heavy CGI, there's multiple versions of him where he plays multiple roles. You can't reshoot it. What do you do with it? I wouldn't invest more money in it, but what you can do is you can shoot a few pickup scenes towards the end, where if you're going to have multiple Barry Allens, just bring in another Barry Allen, another actor, the actor that you want to have to take on the franchise, and have Ezra pass on the torch to that Flash that will carry on in the movies. Unfortunately, that will make a lot of Restore the Snyderverse fans very angry, but I think that's the only course of action that I would do for the Flash movie. So that's what I would do. But there's reason to believe that the Flash can keep running, even if Miller has to hang up his shoes. Yeah, exactly. And I think he does, because by the sounds of it, he doesn't want to be there much himself either. He knows he's got some issues that he's got to sort out, and it sounds by the reports that come in about the police reports and stuff like that, he doesn't want to be in the limelight. And from all the fallout from the Snyderverse stuff, you hear the reports of things getting pushed around within the WB schedule. A lot of it was because of him, that he didn't want to show up for things, and he didn't want to do stuff. So I would give him, hey, Ezra, if you don't want to be part of it anymore, okay, please come in and shoot these extra scenes. You'll pass the torch off, and then you're done. You can go get things sorted out, because that's what I believe Ezra Miller needs to do. But what do you think about that Flash movie update? Nothing really too substantial there, I would say. Pretty much what we all concluded anyway. It would be costing much for him to get replaced. But that's what it is. But talking about WB, David Zaslav, there's some big brass changes in the executives there that have been happening, and we knew that. We knew that when Zaslav came in, that the hammer was going to fall on a bunch of projects. He's calling for answers as to why would you greenlight movies like that recent Clint Eastwood movie that bombed. Why would you greenlight that when you knew it was going to be bombed? And it was because of this old regime. Toby Emmerich. He was chairman, I guess, because he felt like he owed favors to people. They would keep on running shows like Batwoman that was not making revenues or views for the CW or anything like that. They would just continue making the stuff that just wasn't making money. So by the sounds of it, this Toby Emmerich guy was part of that old regime. He's going to be stepping aside and helping to bring in the new cast of people that are going to be under David Zaslav. But Toby Emmerich also is going to be going off to make his own production company. Now, this is the business side of stuff, which is boring for most people, so I'll get through this rather quickly. Emmerich had released a statement here saying that he has been happy to work there, and here are the people that I was so pleasured to work with, people that we don't know, so it's just executive heads, guys. And when you go to read these comments here in this article, there's a lot of brown nosing. So it's just, it is what it is. It's business. It's business. Hey, you were the old regime. Changes had to be made. You're out, Toby, but by the sounds of it, you're also going to be remaining somewhat part. Not really. It's just kind of like he's going to be helping the transition. So the CEO, David Zaslav, he sounds like he's cracking that whip and just kind of like making changes, significant changes. So I'm sure that when he gets the cases like the Amber Heard situation, because Aquaman follows under the WB umbrella, it's kind of like, ooh, you guys, ooh. Same with Ezra Miller. It's kind of like, hey, you've been giving these two big things to deal with. That's got to be stressful. You're dealing with a bunch of decisions that made projects that were not profitable. And it sounds like Zaslav's got a clear direction in mind as to where he wants to take things. So hopefully the WB and the that DCEU will be heading in a more positive direction, perhaps towards things that will culminate in some better fare, and hopefully not end up with situations where we got people who are starring in the movies ending up in these hot cases. And if you go see this this message board, it's pretty so, yeah, I don't know what these people are smoking here on Deadline with the comment section. It's pretty just misguided in a lot of places. So I'm not going to rag on that too much. Just know that there have been some changes in the upper management of WB. And it's just not Zaslav coming in. He's bringing in his staff. Some of the old regime is coming out. And they're doing that fare of, I'm really fired, but thanks for allowing me to resign and say that I'm going to go start my own production company kind of thing. That's what's really happening. All right. I think for the most part, we know that. All right. Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power. Okay, so we saw that yesterday in our Twitter roundup that they had some new images out for the Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power. We see Morveth Clark there as the young Galadriel. So this is in Empire Magazine. Let's pull up some of these images here. I'll blow it up a little bit. It's going to be on the cover there. I think that looks awesome. And I know that some of the hardcore fans out there are upset that it's not following the lore. Well, yeah, we know that too. But I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt because a lot of money has been sunk into this, production-wise. And yes, I understand that this female dwarf should have a beard. I said that yesterday. But, I'll have to wait to see this story first before I render my judgment. Are those hobbits? It looks like those are hobbits. You can see that they don't have shoes on. They got hairy feet. Okay. So it's just those basic 3 images for now. You can pre-order it. But when more images come out, I will definitely let you guys know there. Rings of Power comes out this August, right? Yeah, August. The issue of that magazine comes out in June. Morphid. The D's are pronounced like a TH sound, I was told. Morveth Clark as Galadriel. Okay. So this issue goes out June 9th. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep my eye out for that. Hey, I told you to pause that. Oh, get some concept art there. What is that? Weird creature? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Some new images, and when more comes out, I'll definitely cover it for sure. Our Glass Viking says in the live chat, CW channel was stripping back all of its DCEU shows, preparing for the buyout. Yeah. And it was uncovered that most of them were not making money anyway. There's definitely a plan in place for the future of WB and DCEU. Can't wait. Yeah, and that's what I get from that changeout, the full changeout and stuff, is that there does seem like a clear direction that he wants to marshal us in a direction that will hopefully. But see, I like the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I hope we can continue on with that kind of flavor, and it sounds like we may. So I'll keep my eye out for any developments in that field for sure. Mad Max Furiosa has begun filming, and that's great news. It's going to have Chris Hemsworth. Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be playing the young Furiosa, and from what we know of this film, Chris Hemsworth is going to be playing the bad guy. He's the bad guy. He plays something like Dr. Hermosa or something like that. I don't know. Dr. Samosa. But he took to his social media to say that they finally begun shooting. Shooting begins on Furiosa. So, yeah. Now, from other reports, we also know that Furiosa is just not going to be like Fury Road. It's going to take place over several years of young Furiosa's life. It's not going to be just limited to one part. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But it's good to know that that's finally begun filming, because George Miller, he's going to be wrapping up his press tours and stuff for the new movie that he just came out with Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton called like 3,000 Years of Longing. We did a trailer reaction for that. It's up on the channel right now. So once he's done that, it sounds like he's already hard at work here now at Furiosa, which is good. What do you guys feel about this project? Mad Max Wasteland could be a direct sequel to Fury Road. So Furiosa is the prequel. Sounds like there's a Wasteland script out there for Furiosa. But that's good. Because as I said many times before, George Miller's no spring chicken. You know, he's getting up there in age. So the sooner that they get this underway, the better. George Miller. Let's see if they give Chris Hemsworth last. No, they don't give his name. But he's playing the bad guy, apparently, from what I understand. Rictus Erectus? Nathan Jones? What kind of a name is that? But yeah, it was something like Dr. Samson or Samsonov or something like that. So it looks like maybe he's helping to groom those girls. Because I thought Furiosa was a girl that was under Immortan Joe's leash, right? You know how he had those breeders? And I thought Furiosa broke away from him. That's why when she killed him, she was like, "Remember me?" So we'll have to see how this pans out. But it's underway, so I'm sure we'll get more casting details soon. Angus Sampson, Tom Burke is in this. And we'll get some more, hopefully, behind-the-scenes photos of production actually underway, because I'm curious to see how she's going to look. Apparently, Anya Taylor-Joy wanted to be like shaved head, but George Miller didn't want that, so Furiosa is going to have hair in this one too. So what do you guys think about that Furiosa update? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. It's something I'm being hyped for. It's not going to be slated for 2023. It's going to be out in 2024 if they don't go back for massive reshoots, because Mad Max Fury Road was delayed like a year and a half, almost 2 years, because they went back for reshoots. They just couldn't get it done. But the work paid off, because Mad Max Fury Road was my favorite movie of that year. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Fantastic Four. We know that there's going to be a Fantastic Four movie coming out for the MCU, and everybody wants to have, well, I think the majority of people out there want to have John Krasinski come in and handle it and play Reed Richards. But by the sounds of it, the director's search is reportedly far from over. What? Why? In fact, the Spider-Man director, John Watts or whatever, stepped away from it because he wanted to go off and do his own things. So it sounded also, by the sounds of it, from Doctor Strange 2, that because you did get Krasinski in there to play Reed Richards in a variant version, that he might be taking on the mantle. But by this new report up on Screen Rant, doesn't sound like it. Let's take a look at some of the quotes. Justin Kroll. Some late-night Fantastic Four directing search updates. While it's easily Marvel's top ODA, one source says, don't expect it to be filled anytime soon, as they're not even close to cutting down long list of candidates. I'd be shocked if a choice is made before Labor Day. Labor Day, that's like August, right? While no names have surfaced, really no names have surfaced? Multiple sources say while it's a large mix of candidates, Feige and company are taking a lot of shots at some big names. Okay, so Krasinski could be in the mix because he's done the two Quiet Place movies, and he's good at directing with visual effects. We know that, so he could do it. But let's see what else is going on here in this article. One source close to the process says Kevin doesn't want to oversee entire shoot. Okay, and after having not to worry about that with Raimi, he is very game to same outcome with this shoot. But Kevin Feige did come in towards the end and order a lot of reshoots and stuff. While Raimi shot most of it, he took over the helm from Derrickson for Doctor Strange 2. That's where Sam Raimi directed Doctor Strange 2. Feige doesn't want to be on set most of the time to direct. So some bigger names out there are going to be in the mix. Who then? Who? Such directors have previously used Favreau, Gunn, the Russo brothers. Well, the Russo brothers have The Gray Man coming out, and I don't think I saw anything else on their slate. Deborah Chow from the Obi-Wan series. Deborah Chow is directing all the episodes of Obi-Wan that's currently up right now, which we do full live watch-alongs on the channel, guys. We just watched episode 3 yesterday. It was fantastic. Go check it out on Mirror Domains. Okay, so those are some of the interesting names. Brad Bird? I don't know about that. No, Brad Bird needs to go make some smaller movies again, build up his resume, because that Tomorrowland movie, yeah, it wasn't very good. But guys, what do you think? Who, if it's not going to be Krasinski, who else would you like to see come in and make a Fantastic Four? Sam Raimi coming back to do this, to work with the MCU again. I think that would be awesome. Even though I think a lot of people out there are still holding out hopes that he would come back and make a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey. But guys, that's really stretching out there. Arglass Vikings and Latch says Furiosa Nathan Jones is a giant, probably cast for comic relief. That could be. But also remember, well, there was a big guy cast too in Fury Road. What was that guy's name? He was like the son that had the breathing apparatus. And he sampled the milk. Ew, that was gross. Okay, but I could see that maybe. Arglass also says in live chat, Shane Black or Jon Favreau would be a good choice for Fantastic Four. I think so too, but Shane Black would be interesting. As long as he's not writing it. Because he wrote the Predator movie, and he had a lot of input into that story, and look how that turned out. I know that he's good at writing stuff, as long as it's his original material, not stuff that he has to adapt. Jon Favreau is a good pick, but I also think he's too busy. He's writing Mandalorian Season 4 right now, and he'll be working with all of that stuff. And he might get asked to step up to the plate to direct his own Star Wars movie, perhaps, because it sounds like Mandalorian is going in that direction too. Mandalorian will end with a movie. And there's no better person to direct that movie than Favreau in my books. But yeah, those are some interesting picks. I'll have to keep my eye out for this for sure, because Fantastic Four is a property that a lot of people, despite all the swings and misses that they've had, still people want to see a good Fantastic Four movie. Stranger Things 4. Sorry, guys. Got a little bit of a dry mouth here. All right, not Fantastic Four. Stranger Things 4. Stranger Things 4 fixes everything that went wrong in Season 2. Now, everybody's been running with their articles this week because Stranger Things dropped last week, and it is the buzz of the town. And we did a full live watch-along, guys, and on the channel. It's really good. It's a great addition to this series. I think it's... Stranger Things is just like getting better every season almost. And Season 4, I think, is probably... It's got to be my favorite season so far, because all of the actors get a moment to shine. It's coming into its own. So go check out my playlist where I do full live watch-alongs for it. Anyway, so some people are coming up with this thing that went wrong with Season 2, The Lost Sister, which was still rated the worst episode, where she meets, I think she was 9 or something. She was at the Hawkins lab, but then she broke out or something like that, right? So people didn't really like that. Kali. And when we saw flashbacks of the lab, we didn't see her there. So people are speculating as to who survived that onslaught at the lab there. The, because we saw all the kids get dispatched. And where people are saying that they didn't really like how that kind of turn of like the evil person with the powers happened in episode. Well, they weren't evil; they were just outcasts. They didn't like it. They're saying that, okay, well, season 4 kind of corrects that, and the guy who plays the orderly there, he does a good job. And I said in somebody's comment section for it, if they ever did like a young Palpatine story, like Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars, they did like a story of him like working with his master to like learn the dark side, and then you remember how Palpatine was saying that he killed his master in his sleep. If this guy could pull off a role like that, I could see he's just got that menace to him. I think he could do that fairly convincingly. But that's pretty much all the people are saying, that, ooh, we didn't like that. So people are at least talking about that character that showed up in season 2. And people hated it. I remember when I watched season 2, I didn't hate it. I actually kind of liked that episode. It was kind of weird for her to try to become one of them. It was kind of like an offshoot episode, and I think that's what people mostly didn't like about it, because it didn't really advance the story of season 2. Not much more than Dustin taking care of that small little Demogorgon worm kind of thing, or whatever it was, for a full episode. Yeah. So it was still finding its way. Season 4, guys, is really great. Go check it out on my channel, the full reactions and reviews. The Munsters! Rob Zombie's The Munsters. We're getting more images and more behind-the-scenes stuff. Munsters video sees Herman and Lily laughing with Uncle Gilbert. Now, Uncle Gilbert looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon. I still have a tough time thinking that how the heck are they going to make this kid friendly? Because we saw that they're going to bring back characters from like cereal boxes in it that don't look very family friendly. Creature from Black Lagoon is not very family friendly. But there's like, yeah, see him there wearing a coat. I'll pull it up here on this on the Instagram page. It's just them kind of laughing with each other, dancing. It's obviously got a different lens or color palette on there, because he looks kind of greenish there. But you can tell that's Sherry Moon. Yeah, Munsters. Yeah, see, this guy. They're bringing back this guy. Does that look very kid-friendly? That looks like it'll scare the bejesus out of a kid. I mean, come on, seriously. But it is going to be PG, G. I think they are shooting for a G rating, so I'll have to see how it pans out. I'm anticipating the first teaser trailer for it, and when it does, we'll do a trailer reaction for it on this channel. Argala says Jamie Campbell Bower can look so kind, and then with a flick of a switch, his evil stare at 11 was chilling. He'd make a great Sith. Yeah, he would. Yeah, he definitely would. Talking about Stranger Things 4 there. That orderly character. He would be my number 1 pick for a Sith. That's just kind of like an Easter egg. If you guys haven't finished watching Stranger Things 4, you guys know what I'm talking about when I say he's my number 1 pick. All right. Bullet Train. We saw this poster emerge yesterday too, so let's take a look at it again, because I want to just peruse it again, because Bullet Train is a movie that I'm looking forward to. It got delayed a little bit. It's August 5th now. It was supposed to come on in the last week of July, but it got delayed. Brad Pitt faces a bunch of assassins on a bullet train in Japan. It's got Aaron Taylor Johnson. And apparently Lady Gaga was supposed to be one of these roles, but she got replaced because she had scheduling conflicts, but whatever. It's got a bunch of people in there that are playing the assassins that come after Brad Pitt, and I really like the trailer for it. It's going to have Joey King in it. That'll be interesting to see her. She's one of my favorite actresses right now, so that's the Bullet Train poster, guys. Not much to say there. We'll take a look a little bit more on the Twitterverse here, because I want to talk about Joey King here. There's an extra story here that I put down in the description, but it's not there on the side. It's for a movie that she's going to be in called The Princess. The Princess. It's going to be on Hulu. Joey King is the princess. When a strong-willed princess refuses to wed the cruel sociopath. What? When a strong-willed princess refuses to wed the cruel sociopath, she is kidnapped and locked in a remote tower of her father's castle. With her vindictive suitor intent on taking her father's throne, the princess must save the kingdom. So it's very fairy tale-ish. Okay, who else is in this? Ivo Arakov, Martin Taskov, Christoph. It sounds like what is this, a Russian production? Vasil Toshev, Veronica, no. Argyle says, no to the Bullet Train poster, but a cool dragon I missed before wrapped around the assassins. Yeah, we saw that there's like a dragon there wrapped around the assassins. It's a color palette. You got the white, and then you got too many colors going on that kind of detract. And it's like a variation of the floating heads kind of posters that this isn't something that you would never want to put up on your wall. it's not pleasing to the eye. But going back to this princess trailer, don't know much about the cast. Well, it's for Hulu, so whoops. Let's make sure that I got everything up to date. Let's take a look at the let's take a look at this teaser. And whoops, then we'll go to the Twitterverse and see how things are going out there to see if I missed anything. Now, I have not seen this trailer before, so this will be my first time reacting to it. The Princess. Let's make sure everything's kosher here. Play.
Once upon a time, in a magical castle, the king's daughter was locked away in a tower.
You made a promise to me.
Is that Dominic Cooper? Why wasn't he in the cat? Yeah, it's Dominic Cooper. Why wasn't he in the IMDb?
To be traded. But these guys, with the wrong princess.
Okay, so it's cheeky.
I like a girl in lace.
Too. Okay. Uh-oh. So it's mostly music here, guys. Oh, visual effects wise, it looks okay. Oh, I accidentally.
You're still beating hard.
Okay. So it's mostly music. No one.
I underestimated you. I'm used to that.
Okay. Joey King is the princess. It looks like she's throwing down quite a bit there. The princess. Sorry, I couldn't play the audio there, guys. It's a song that, because we're doing a live stream, I had to mute it. That looked like a lot of fun. And okay, knowing that Joey King is in Bullet Train, where she's an assassin fighting Brad Pitt, seeing her do these action sequences, I buy it. I buy it, man. On Hulu. Yeah. I buy it. Joey King has got to be... You know how you have these up-and-coming actresses, just like Millie Bobby Brown, Anya Taylor-Joy's broken through. People realize that she's going to be great. She is great. Keep an eye on Joey King. She's going to be one of those up there that'll be like. Hopefully she breaks through and becomes like even a huge star. Now Dominic Cooper, why wasn't he listed in the cast list over on the IMDb? You think he would be? Arglass says, okay, liking this trailer for The Princess. Looks like a more action-packed, hardcore version of Your Highness. Yeah, Your Highness was kind of, that was with Franco, right? Yeah, I remember that one. And Natalie Portman. Yeah, but you'd think Dominic Cooper would get a higher rating than that. July 1st. So just when Stranger Things Volume 2 comes out, this will be out on Hulu. Now, okay, so Dominic Cooper gets a higher rating there. And Olga Kurylenko is in it as well. She was a Bond girl. She was in Quantum of Solace. And she was in that Tom Cruise movie Oblivion with the director who just made Top Gun Maverick. Cool. Olga. She was in consideration for Wonder Woman. She was like one of the last call-ins. And you can see that she's got a very similar body type to Gal Gadot. Yeah. I think that looks like a lot of fun. But Dominic Cooper, yeah. Cool. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. Okay, so let's move on to the final thing of the day, which I think is just going to be our old Twitter roundup, guys. Going for about 40 minutes here. Well, that's okay. We don't have anything else more to do today. Later on today, I think I am going to head out to see Crimes of the Future, the new Cronenberg picture with Kirsten Stewart and Viggo Mortensen. Okay, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Oh, Percy Jackson and the Olympians has begun filming. Good. And that was under scrutiny, or not scrutiny, that was under attack from racists too. Okay. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness will be released on Disney Plus June 22nd. So that's literally, guys, a couple of weeks away. So that's 3 weeks away. That's coming out on a Wednesday. That's a Wednesday. Huh. For Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And hopefully it'll have some Easter eggs, some behind-the-scenes stuff. The poster for Irma Vep. Now, this is a series on HBO Max. It's going to be like a 6-parter series. Maybe 8-parter. It has Alicia Vikander. I watched the trailer for it. It's this French guy is trying to remake this older movie, but the movie turns out to be too long. It's going to be like a series instead of a movie. But it's got Alicia Vikander in it, and it looks great. It looks like it's going to be lots of fun. Man, Alicia Vikander, they really need to start work on Tomb Raider 2, because that whole thing of waiting for a younger person to play Lara Croft, she's going to be in her mid-30s before they finish, before they even start making Tomb Raider 2. Oh yeah, so they're giving us a bit of a look there. It's like a period piece too, I think. No, they're making a period piece movie in it, but go check it out. It's a very good. It's got a lot of funny lines in it and stuff, but yeah, Alicia Vikander. I'll always watch stuff with her in it. What's this? Trailer for Billy Porter's Anything Possible. Okay, I don't know what that is. Something for Prime Video. Intrigued as to what you think of Crimes of the Future, James. Don't think I could stomach it. Yeah, it's on the table. We'll have to see how the evening plays out. For sure. Oh, there's the trailer again for the Princess movie. First look at Gugu Mbatha Raw TV Plus series Surface. Well, she's also going to be in Loki season 2, because they said that they're going to bring back everybody, right? So we'll have to see how that works out. Zero Res puts in a bunch of heart symbols. Cool. Thanks, man. Hopefully for her, but yeah, Gugu and Bathu Ra. Good actress. What's this? Production has begun on Clarissa Shields' biopic, Flint Strong. The film stars those people. Is written by Barry Jenkins. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of ignorant as to who those people are. Oh yeah, and I saw this too, that Jada Pinkett Smith released a statement saying that hopefully Will Smith and Chris Rock will be able to reconcile at some point. And I think that's something that we all wish can happen. My deepest hope is that these two intelligent, capable men have an opportunity to heal, talk this out, and reconcile. The state of the world today, we need them both. Yeah. Frank Ocean is in talks to write and direct his first feature film for A24. A24, for sure, is getting a lot of acclaim because of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Aaron Taylor Johnson on the set of Bullet Train. Looks like he just got in a tussle. Also looks like he's got some kind of a harness on there. Maybe for... looks like it's one of those harnesses where they do those drops with those machines that slow you down after a certain amount of time. I forget what it's called. But it looks like he's got one of those on. So maybe he gets pushed out of the train at one point or something. Oh, Furiosa. We know that Furiosa is underway. Arden Cho has confirmed that she passed on joining Teen Wolf movie after learning she was offered less than half. Than her co-star salaries. That's ugliness you never like to hear. As much as you want equality, though. I mean, come on, if her role wasn't that big. I don't know anything about the Teen Wolf movie other than like it's wrapped and it's all in the can. And I never watched the series, so I guess she's not going to be in the movie. My Policeman, starring Harry Styles, Emma Corwin, and David Dawson. Never heard of it. But at least, because I saw Harry Styles in the Eternals, and I was like, ooh, like he was in that post-credit scene. It's good to see that he's getting work and developing as an actor. He's going to be in that movie with his present girlfriend, Squeeze, Olivia Wilde, who's directing and starring in it as well. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Rafael Silva, never heard of him. Oh yeah, first look at Tim Burton's Wednesday series, starring Jenna Ortega, will be unveiled Monday. So Monday, we're going to get our teaser look, first look. Wednesday. Orlando Bloom is set to join Franz Rogachowski, Pete Davidson, Naomi Scott, and Sean Harris in Wizards, a new movie for A24. Okay. Why do you have to show a shot of him with his shirt off? Our flag means death. Our flag means death has been renewed for a second season. I never even watched the first season. But it's Taika Waititi, guys. It's a Taika Waititi show. That was good enough for a second season. All right, that's where we saw yesterday. Isabelle Marced has joined the cast of Madame Web. And that's where we saw from yesterday. So there really hasn't been too many more developments that we can make note of today. In the realm of entertainment news, let's see what else is going on. Queen Elizabeth is having her Jubilee Ball. Okay. Cool. Sarah Jessica Parker addresses very painful Kim Cattrall rift. All right. John Madden is going to be on the cover of NFL 23. Cool. Although I hear that a lot of this video game people out there don't like EU sports and the directions they've taken their games because they refuse to upgrade certain face value shots, which is kind of a bummer. Because I like those games. NHL is my game. I like that because it helps you learn some of the new, younger people coming into the game. Arden Cho was in Teen Wolf series, so it's a shame she wasn't given credit she deserved for the movie. Yeah, that is kind of a bummer. And it's one of those career decisions that you got to make too, right? That hey, you're going to be half the salary as the rest of the other cast, but at least you'll get the exposure. You got to make your stand on some things sometimes, but is that the right time to do it? Because if you're competent in it, then you still just remain on the tip of tongues of the producers out there. Oh yeah, I was going to work with that. that I was as pure as uncertain possibilities. I'll come with you to the gates of heaven. I can't come in, my love is with you. And I'll watch the light fade from the sky in a cold, dark world without you. Something doesn't sound right. Music video. I don't know if I've ever tried a music video. But I haven't warmed up my voice, so I was just trying to sing quietly to begin with. Guys, that was kind of fun. Full of screw ups, but whatever. Hey, sometimes you just got to jam with it, right? You got to go with the flow. All right, so that's the way that it's been today in the realm of movie news, guys. Pay attention later on today. I might have my full straight out of the theater reaction for Crimes of the Future. And if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow for more movie news. You're watching Mirror Domains.